It's Amico time. Amico! Oh dear, yeah. Let's chat about the Amico for the final time, guys. This is the final time I'm going to be bringing up the Amico until I make that video, the Kickscammer video. And for good reason. So, yeah, let's get into this thing. I do apologise straight off the bat that this video isn't, got the lighting all set up and, the background and the backlights, all that sort of stuff. But, yeah, this is normally my day off. I'm actually off to go help a friend move some stuff into a new house. And, but yeah, I've decided, I want to put the camera on. I'm going to chat to you guys. I was going to put this into a comment on a video that I've literally only just seen, covering me and a few other people, saying that they're, not too happy about my coverage leading up to this point regarding the Amico, but I thought, hey, the way I'm going to get most people to see this is if I put this on my channel. I've actually been quite negative about the Amico on the podcast, but that doesn't get as many views or as many listens as my videos do. So hey, let's do it in a video, and for one final time, let's chat about the Amico before I make the Kickscammer video. Regardless of if this thing's ever going to come out or not, you will be seeing a Kickscammer video on this whole thing, showcasing the mental lead up to its release or failure. This entire journey has been absolutely crazy and it needs to be documented. I am actually working on something right now with a few people, I would say on the pro and the haters, the cult and the hater side of the Amico camp, to try and make sure I get all of the information I can so I can really make a nice in-depth video. But you're not going to be seeing it until that final nail has been hit, whether it gets released or it doesn't. That is when you're going to be seeing this thing. So yeah, I've got to be clearing up a few things here. I do appreciate the feedback. It is actually quite sobering to see how many videos that I make on this thing can be taken negatively. I suppose let's start off, I did back the Amico a long time ago, way before I ever spoke to Tommy, because I like the look of the console. This is me being honest. Would I put money towards this thing now, besides, paying for the rest of my order if and when it ever does come out? Absolutely not. I have said multiple times on the podcast that I do actually not believe that the system will ever now see the light of day. And I've actually advised people to not back the Start Engine campaign when it was live. I personally do like the look of this system, even now. I know the games look old and it's underpowered, which, a lot of people bring up. But for me, this system looks exciting, and that is why I backed it originally. Again, I did not put any money towards the system when things started going south, and I've never invested. I will never invest in this thing. And as stated, I do not suggest anybody else does invest either. I also think it's probably worth pointing out that the first time I ever spoke to Tommy was actually after the reveal of the physical media. I mean, spoke properly. We commented a couple of times when he commented on like the MDK video or whatever else. But since then, we've only ever had maybe, 2 or 3 Skype conversations since or before that time. And very few messages outside of that on things like Facebook. I've never taken part of these secret meetings. I didn't even know they existed before the pro Amico people started leaking that these secret info meeting things actually happened. I think that's a stupid way to run a business. But yeah, I was never a part of them, nor did I even know they were a thing. In short, guys, I have always tried my best to be honest, which actually weirdly has turned me into a very dishonest person in a lot of people's eyes. The unboxing that I did, full of all of those cards, I actually think was 70 to 80% negativity. I do remember thinking that they were quite a cool idea. I had my reservations, but I understood that most people didn't like them, and that is why I brought in other people to showcase their opinions, and the end result was 70-80% negativity on that unboxing video. And I'll tell you now, I do remember that Tommy he seemed quite desperate to want to see or at least hear the opinions of everybody in that video before it was released, which I didn't show him. And nobody at the company, as far as I'm aware, ever shared it. I'm pretty sure they were not a fan of that video at all. So the pro Amico people, or at least the people at Intellivision, didn't like it. And then the people that hate or very much against the Amico, they didn't like it either. However, that was a lose-lose situation for me. Perhaps, if I was 100% negative, then, it would have been accepted by the wider community. But again, this is me being honest. If it works as advertised, I think this would have been a cool way of doing things. Of course, as, more information has come out since then, and I've actually become more savvy and aware of everything, I've become less enthusiastic. But again, for the time, I was being honest. And the end result is a video that's, for the most part, negative, but obviously not negative enough. Moving on to the interview. I know that the interview that I did rubbed people up the wrong way, but I still believe that unless I went in going crazy negative towards Tommy, it was always going to be taken like that. The fact is that outside of everything Amico, Tommy is a very well respected musician, and rightfully so. In my eyes, for part one at least, he does deserve respect, and that's why I gave it to him. That is why I separated the Amico section and the interviewing history part of interviewing Tommy. You go back and look at all of the other interviews I've done with like the Oliver twins and Seth and I think I did a few other ones as well back in the day. I've always shown people the same respect because I've brought them on there because I'm a fan of their work, and they deserve respect when it comes down to gaming history. Now, moving into part two, the vast majority of the questions actually did not come from me. I put several posts out on Twitter and on my YouTube posts and stuff like that, asking for people to suggest questions, and then I condensed all of those and took out the really, really horrible ones, of course. I asked them, and that's basically the end result. Part two was that. I do admit that, I should have probably gone a bit harder on him, and I think I need to probably do a little bit more research before speaking to other people like this in the future. For example, when Tommy explained that the cards had more on them than just the URL, I asked him, okay, what else is on the card? He said he couldn't tell me, and in my mind, you wouldn't push Nintendo or any other company when they said they can't tell you something, and that backed me into a corner. I didn't really know what else to say. I'm probably not the fastest person on my feet when I'm speaking to people like this, and this is definitely something that I need to improve on. Apologies for not hitting it harder, but I literally didn't know what else to say to follow on from stuff like that. And finally, the latest video where I explain, my new thoughts on the Amico. Yeah, that one was completely taken out of context, and it's not your guys' fault, it's 100% my fault. That video was supposed to showcase how I was losing faith in the system from a retro gaming standpoint. If this system ever was going to succeed, then the only way they were going to be able to do it was to market it towards a casual consumer market. Possibly even pushing it into religious stores. I'm not in, nor do I know anything about these particular types of communities. All I do know is that they are absolutely massive, and yeah, they're incredibly wealthy as well. Is this thing going to come out? No, I'm 99% sure this thing's not going to come out. The only reason I'm not 100% sure is because, like I've covered in previous Kickscammer videos, there is that insanely small, however unbelievable chance that someone could come along from one of these particular communities and throw down all the money needed to finish the project. And they could then just get enough out to please the backers, and then not go any further from that than that. That might happen. I don't believe it will. I'm almost 100% certain that it won't be coming out. My advice to anybody that is possibly thinking on investing in this is to not do that thing. I don't think you should, because I don't think it's going to come out. It's definitely not going to become a success in any way, shape or form compared to any other system that I own, even down to things like the Evercade. The Evercade's going to sell stupidly more, and has sold stupidly more, than the Amico ever would if that ever did come out. But yeah, that's again, I'm being honest with you guys. At the end of the day, I do like the look of this system that was at least advertised. Some of those games look great fun for multiplayer sessions, and the vast majority of people that have played them, for the most part, seem to also really like them. Heck, I'm happy to go on record and say that I like the box too. Let's let's really dig myself a hole and say that I thought the UA was fine. I haven't really got any major issues with it. I don't know why everyone was so upset about it, if I'm honest. I do like the look of this system. Whether you hate me for liking something that's got very old tech in it or not, I don't really care. I'm a retro gamer. I like playing old stuff and old looking stuff. It is mentally overpriced, and in an ideal world, if this thing did come out, that is going to be the thing that kills it, but I don't think we're going to get that far. And, well, that's it, really. Guys, like I said, this is going to be the last video I make on the Amico. I'm not chasing it for views, hence why I haven't made a video on this. I could definitely become that person and make a video weekly talking about this thing to try and pull in the views. But, yeah, I've always tried my best to make the best content that I can, even for this, this channel, the second channel, and be as honest as I can. That's the most important thing. Out of those 3 videos that I've made, the first one with the unboxing, like I say, was mostly negative. The interview, like I say, I should have pushed harder. Well, obviously on that second part, I still think the first part was completely fine because he deserves respect. From a retro gaming standpoint, he's a huge member of the retro gaming community and done some incredible things in the past. He deserves respect. But that second part, yes, I should have definitely pushed harder. But I was backed into a wall and I didn't really know how to respond. I didn't know how to respond to some of those questions. So hands up, I didn't do the greatest job in that sense. And yeah, like I say, for the first part, that is 100% my fault. That was supposed to come off as almost as a negative video, but I just went and looked back at it because I don't watch my videos after I make them. I'll check them. Okay, that's good. Upload it, and I'll probably never watch them again. I just went back and watched it for the first time, and I'm like, wow, that's a very positive video. When in actual fact, I don't think I was quite surprised that I didn't say the words "I don't think it's going to come out," because I did an interview, not an interview, sorry, I did a podcast. I think it was either the following week or possibly even the week before. And I literally, I'm sure it was around that time anyway. And I said, this isn't coming out. I'm almost certain this system isn't going to come out. So I'm annoyed I didn't say that in the video. I don't think it's going to happen. This isn't any kind of insider knowledge or anything like that. These are my opinions, my thoughts, my honesty. Yeah, I don't think this is happening. But I wanted to sort of clear the air a little bit there. I'm sorry that I've upset so many people. I do understand. At the end of the day, you see that box right there? That's a new game that someone sent to me, because I hate to use this word because I do technically influence people in a sense. Influencer. Oh, hate it. But I hate looking at myself in any way like that. But I understand why companies would talk to me like that, because I am going to influence people. So when I talk positively about something, it's going to definitely influence people. It's going to influence them. So I was just trying to think of any word to use except for influence then. Sorry. But yes, I understand that, my positivity is going to promote products like that. You see what I'm saying when I said I'm not too great with my words with the interview? I'm not too fast on my feet. So yeah, I do apologize in that sense, but I still think that I have been honest. I still think oh, you can see them up there, actually. There they are. I still think the cards are actually a cool idea if they work like it says on paper. But will they? There's only one way to find out. Get the system out. Is that ever going to happen? I don't think so, but hopefully it does. I really hope the system comes out. I hope the system comes out and it's the success it needs to be to continue on in television, but I don't think it will. Sadly. Look, anyway, I'm going to go because it's getting late and I need to get around my friend's house and help him out with a few things. And yeah, we're going to end it there. The next time you hear me talk about the Amico, besides in the podcast, go support the podcast, Slopescast, is if and when it ever comes out. And that big ass Kickscammer video pops up on the main channel. It'll happen. Much love to you all. Thank you so much for your support. And like I say, all the people out there, I don't look at you as haters or negative Nancy's or anything like that. I do appreciate the feedback, and I'm hoping at least this video showcases that I do take on the feedback, and I'm hoping to do better in the future because of it. So thanks. Much love, everyone. DJ Soap signing out. Hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.